Hey guys, it's Gus, and I don't know exactly what's causing it. It might be a lot of new players or a lot of returning players, but I am being asked often, how do I make Astral Diamonds? What's the way I can do it? Well, I'm piecing together a whole bunch of clips to show you. Feel free to stick around and watch, and if you have any other methods that you would like to share, please comment below. And right now, I'm in Menzo Baranzan. When you go to your map, that is going to be the Narbalan, no, I'm sorry, Baron or Dulcum district. When you come here, you can do a couple things to make AD, but the one I'm going to highlight is these heroics. It can be either the major heroic or the minor heroics, like Threads of Power. If you do these, you have a chance of dropping shirts and pants. Well, one of these shirts is selling for a fortune. Let me show you. So we're going to go to equipment, type in soldier, go epic, and shirt. This shirt's selling for, on PS4 anyways, I don't know about the other platforms, 733,000 is the lowest one. And these give 8% more damage against drowned spiders. And it's very common for DPS to use this shirt in the new dungeon on the last boss. So this is easy AD. The problem is when you come here and look at the local map, I'm sorry, change instance. Let's go to change instance. There's 50 people here, but I don't know how many of them are doing heroics. Oh, there's one right there. Mr. Fox is. So you got to get in a heroic chain farm. They're very hard to do solo. Okay, there's method one. Two is Narbondolan district. I think that's how it's pronounced. And just like the previous method, what you come here is you come to this map and you farm these heroics, like Chaos, or you're going to see people calling out for Proto right here. When you do these, they drop shirts and pants. But there's one particular pair of pants called the Hatred pants that are selling for quite a bit. And with these, 620,000. So when you get these, they drop unbound. If you're trying to farm this pants specifically, it's gonna be a pretty low drop rate. You might get it first couple tries, but it might take you hours to get this. A lot of people are getting this in conjunction with farming the currency from the heroics, and this is just extra candy on top. But these pants sell for 620,000, and the only way to get them is to farm heroics in this district. Method 3 is to farm Temple of the Nine Gods. The Temple of the Nine Gods has a chance, three different chances, I believe, of dropping these Moat of Soulfires. The price is pretty low right now. They were 100k before this mod dropped. I think because the demand is down slightly on Mastercraft weapons, but if you're still running trials and you're not experienced, you're going to be using Mastercraft. And the ones from the MC3, which these are used for, are perfectly viable and are capable of running all content in the game. And to do these, to get these, you just have to run Temple of the Nine Gods. So if you come over here to queues and come over here, available queues, Tune of the Nine Gods, you can use whoever you want. This dungeon is pretty simple when you have 5 players. The goal is to do it fast. This is not a huge AD making farm, but it is a possible farm that you can do. Method 4 has been around basically since the game's been around. And this, even though it's been around forever, it is still a huge AD making method in the game. So if you come here to Dread Ring and come over here to events, you're going to be looking for days that have evocation. And on these days, whenever you do one of the three mini dungeons, you will get either a common, an uncommon, or an epic enchanting stone every single time. And the drop rate is, from my experience, equal on all of them. So if you do 3 runs, you'll probably get one epic, one uncommon, or one common. Or you could possibly get lucky and get an epic in all 3 runs, or you could get unlucky and get a common 3 runs in a row. But it's pretty much an equal drop rate. Now there's a problem with this that you have to do besides farming it and doing the dungeon, it's really, really fast, like less than a minute and a half. You got to come over here to campaigns, and we're gonna go to Dread Ring, and you need this Thayan layer key. In order to get the Thayan layer key, you need 10 Vanguard scripts. These things right here. Well, there's a couple ways to get Vanguard scripts. Well, you can do Genie's gifts. These drop from dungeons quite often. And the Genie's gifts give 15 of them. So two Genie's gifts will get you 3 keys. Unless you do it during a 2-time event, then you'll get actually 6 keys. But probably the easiest way to do it, and actually an other way to make AD, is to farm. Um, it's going to be a skirmish. I'm looking for skirmishes. Dread Legion. This is a super fast. You only have to be 20k item level to get in here. You really can't fail. And every time you do it, there's one chest, and it requires no key, and it gives you 6 Vanguard scripts every single run. Unless it's a 2-time event, then you'll get 12. And you can't go wrong because you have a really good chance of getting loot in there, like trade bars or comp or mount tokens, companions, and other stuff like that. So farm Dread Legion, get the Vanguard scripts, buy the keys, and farm. Like today, there's one up there. You can go to Phantasmal Fortress, or you can go to Dreadspire. You can go to those two right there and start making some AD today. Now, what a lot of people do is wait for a 2-time refinement event, because during the 2-time refinement event, you can get 2 rank 5 enchanting stones instead of 1. Uh, but there's a problem. If you need AD right now, the next 2-time refinement event is second week of September. So you can start accumulating your Vanguard scripts now to get your keys to run this in September, or you can run it right now. If you need AD right now, um, Epic, they're selling really good. The lowest one on PS4 right now is 30k, and you don't even have to list it at 30k. You could probably list it at um, the. A lot of people just need one. The first one that's listed is 32,890. So if somebody just needs one more enchanting stone, they're gonna pay 32,000 for it because they're probably not gonna grind it. That's what you're gonna do and make AD off of them. You cannot go wrong with this farm. It has been around forever. People have started their fortunes doing this dungeon. They always sell. This next method has been around forever in the game as well, and it's always paid off. It did change slightly with the Module 26 that just got released because they changed a lot of the Explorer charts. But I'm going to show it in the simplest terms. This can be a really complicated process. When you go to your map and you see any of these heroics right here, when you do them, you get influence. And I'll show you what it looks like. You'll get right here. This is influence. Well, when you get this influence, you come over here to your copper, your mimic, and you find a guild. Hopefully, you have one in your alliance that needs influence. And I'm going to donate this 999 influence, and I'm going to gain 999 guild marks, as you see on the right hand side of my screen. Well, with those guild marks, you can make Astral diamonds off those guild marks. Again, I don't know what the prices are because everything's fluctuating so much right now. But you come over here to the generalist. I believe your guild's got to be rank 20, rank 10 to unlock these. As long as there's a rank 10 in your alliance, you should be able to get them. And you come by these explorer cases with them. And one that you might want to consider is the Omu Explorer case. And this costs 1,500 guild marks. So 1,500 influence would get you this. And what it drops are, if you look at the sheet right there, Chilton Springwater, Samarchan Jute, Brilliant Pinion, Obsidian, and Chilton Woods Ore. Some of that stuff is pretty much useless, but some of it's very valuable. And I'm going to show you Obsidian. So we come here to Obsidian, And the lowest obsidian in the auction house right now is 4,080. And when you buy one explorer chart, you're going to get 6 nodes that you can collect from. And each of those nodes can drop each of those particular items I just listed. Hopefully it's obsidian. And when you open it, you're going to get that one resource and it's going to be unbound. And you get to do that 6 times per chart. Now, you get one item per chart. But if your guild or you join another guild in your alliance that has the Explorer boon, this one right here, we don't have it in Cobra, but if you get this one right here, instead of getting 1 resource per node, you'll get 2. So instead of getting 8 resources per Explorer chart, you'll get 16. And if you happen to get really lucky and got got all obsidian on all 16 of those, that's 500. That's 54,000 AD. Now, what people do is they wait for a 2-time professions event. And what that does is doubles the drop rate. So instead of getting 1 resource, you get 2 resources. And again, that's further doubled with this treasure hunter boon. So 1 explorer chart can get you 24 resources as opposed to 6 if you're using the guild boon and you wait for the 2-time event. And what people do is they wait for the 20% off sale. So instead of paying 1,500 uh, guild marks for that chart, they'll pay 1,200. And I'm going to see if there's anything on the calendar that specifies that. Guild marks discount. So next week. So an explorer boon or explorer chart, instead of it costing 1,500, it'd be reduced by 20% down to 1,200. And then right same week, 2-time guild marks. So when you donate 1,000 influence, you'll get 2,000 guild marks. So you're basically quadrupling, whatever, the amount of guild mark stuff you're getting. It's insane. So you're getting you're getting double the guild marks, you're paying less guild marks for your charts, and you're getting double the returns during the 2-time profession. If you notice, there's not a 2-time profession here, though. I think the last time they messed it up and they added it during the event, but they could. Oh, double professions right here. Explorer charts double the yield. So what you're gonna want to do is get your guild mark. You want to donate everything you can during this 2-time guild marks, and then you're going to buy everything you can with the 20% off, and then you're gonna farm it a month later during the double professions. Hopefully that makes sense. There will probably be a completely detailed video entirely devoted on this topic when it comes. We're going to talk about is pretty relevant to right now. A lot of people in the newly released content are running Mirage weapons. And Mirage weapons are not available through Zen. You have to farm them. So if you right now I'm in the River District or yeah, the River District. So we come here to the Cloaked Ascendancy campaign store. And we go to the store and you can see there's these faulty weapons. And since I'm an HR, only HR weapons show up. So if I'm an HR and I want to craft, let's say cleric weapons, I could only do that if I go to an alternate character that happens to be a cleric. So you can only farm your specific class, whatever character you're playing. So let's check out this faulty longbow. And this is just the currency you get from doing stuff in the zone. I don't remember exactly. This weapon has a couple issues you got to bear in mind. It's bound to character. So if you want to unbind it, you can remove all bindings. And there's 2 ways to get unbind tokens. You can buy them in the Zen market, or you can just farm content. It's a pretty rare drop, but when you open the chest, you can get unbind tokens. Yeah, I got like 460. So it costs 10 tokens to unbind the faulty version. And then I could sell it right now as is, and somebody will buy it because they don't want to farm the currency to do it. But the problem is this is useless. You can't equip it now. You have to upgrade it. And let me show you Uh, is it refine? Yes. So if you want to make this Mirage longbow, this is what you need to do. You need 30 or 20 en- enchanted fleece. And enchanted fleece is pretty easy to get. It's just a pain because you have to do a lot. It's illusionist gambit. And when you see people doing this, they're not doing one or two. They're doing like 10, 20, 30 straight. And they never go back past the first level because all they want is the fleece. So they're doing level one and they're quitting because they're getting the fleece for this weapon. And you can only get that, I believe, from doing the illusionist gambit. The next one is arcanic focus. This right here is the biggest showstopper that you're going to have to craft these. And there's only three ways to get Arcanic Focus. You cannot buy it anywhere in the game. You have to farm it. And there's three ways to get it. One is the weekly quest. So when you do this weekly quest, you get 5. And then when you come over here, there's one daily quest. That's it. And you can get 2. The only other way is to go to dig sites. So these dig sites right here with these ladders, you got to go into them. And you might do 10 of them and not get one single Arcanic Focus. They're a pain in the ass. It's really the time gate. A lot of people don't farm the dig sites trying to get one. They'll just do the daily quests and move on. And then the other item that you need to restore these are arcane magical writings. And I forget how you get this. So if we come here to Cloaked Ascendancy, I think you get them from I think you get it from this right here. Yeah, so the reward you get is arcane magic writing. And it tells you right here what you have to do to get these. And you can actually accumulate these pretty fast. You can either sell these, that's another method by yourself, or you can buy them from the auction house. These skyrocketed to 20k when everybody found out about the Mirage. Arcane magical writings. So look at they're almost 10k each right now. Woo! You could just farm these all day and make a killing. But the Mirage weapons, I'm in HR, so we're gonna go Mirage longbow. I might be selling these, so if it pops up and I sell, I know somebody's gonna comment below. You know, I'm only doing this video to sell my stuff, which I'm not. Yeah, the cheapest one is 1.5 million AD. When I listed this, oh, I got a longsword in there. But the longbow is 1.5 mil. I'm actually surprised because the CW skyrocketed. I don't want to go over that. I got a ton of those listed. Uh, but the Mirage weapons or the reagents for the Mirage weapons all sell. Now, the seventh method is just doing random skirmishes. And I just queued up for it and we're finishing. So we come over here and you get 2 chests. And actually we got an artifact, yay. And that's unbound. And it's probably worth like 1500 AD. Or maybe 1000 AD. Plus an unbound jadeite. Plus some rough AD. And then you get another chest over here, but you're not going to waste your legendary dragon key. You might have the currency to get it. But I particularly like the skirmishes if you're teaming up because some of them are extremely fast. So if you go to the skirmishes, let's see where they are. Those aren't it. Uh, the Master of the Hunt and the Dread Legion are the two you most likely want to do. The Master of the Hunt is a 2 minute. If you have 5 DPS, you'll knock it out in 2 minutes. And Dread Legion's like 3 or 4. But Dread Legion, not only do you get the chest with the unbound loot, you're also getting the currency for the rank 5 enchanting stones we talked about earlier. Now, this one only has one chest, no key. Master of the Hunt has 2 chests, and it has you need the skeleton key for the other one, which is here in the bazaar. And whenever we ever have a bazaar sale, which we haven't had in a long time, might be here in 2 days though, these actually go down a little bit. You can only buy 5 a day. Now there's two tips to doing these random skirmishes. It's all about speed. So the faster you can do them, the more AD you're gonna make. And you're not going for the. You can get stuff in there like a unbound polar bear cub, for a mill, or you could get jadeite, that sells for 300. Your goal is just doing them super fast and all that low stuff being able to sell for a nice profit. uh, the second thing is the second chest in Master of the Hunt. Well, any of the chests, if you get bad loot, you can reroll, but that costs you like 5,000 AD or whatever. Screw that, because you're probably spending 5k AD to make something that costs 300. So what you want to do is, if you're VIP, you're gonna get these bags with a key in them, and I think I got one somewhere. Yeah, these ones right here. So these come with 3 reroll tokens, and every one of your alternate characters, if you have an alternate character, comes with these uh, reroll tokens. So I recommend using an alt that has a bunch of these reroll tokens, so you can keep rerolling these chests and hopefully getting something of value. Now, my eighth method of or suggestion for making AD in this game is having an alt army. As you can see here, I have 61 characters, and once you get to a point, it won't let you buy any more characters, which is unfortunate because I can't participate in this Neverwinter recruitment event. And I let them know well beforehand, like a month ago, that there's people who can't participate because of this restriction they place on us. But oh well, I can't participate. But if you have an alt army, I think if you buy character unlocks in the Zen market, it will take you up to 53 or 54. Anything after that, you have to get through some special promotion. But I got all these alts, and this makes a killing every single day in mere minutes. Because the first time you invoke, and I've already invoked today, when you invoke one time, and then you collect your VIP bag, you're gonna get this VIP bag, which has your reroll tokens in there, right? But it also has 5 potion of healing rank 10s. Now you only get those 5 potion of healing rank 10s um, if your character is a level 20. And these sell for 1.75 gold, which doesn't seem like a lot. But in those 60 characters I got, it's 105 gold. So in 10 minutes, I make 105 gold in addition to everything else. So I mean that's 10k AD just from collecting the VIP bags. That's not including the reroll tokens that I need to use. Like this character has just over 2,500 of them. So this character could definitely farm, skirmish, especially during the event where the premium loot increases. Uh, so alts, when you invoke every single day, I'm sorry, your first time you invoke, you're gonna try to invoke every day. Your very first time you invoke, though, you're gonna get one of these coins, and once you have 11 coins, you can buy this copper. And this copper has just slightly over a 3% chance of dropping a coalescent mote. They also drop Prez Wards, and they also drop rank 5, rank 4, and rank 3 enchanting stones that are unbound. So you want to open these celestial coppers during the 2-time refinement event to double your loot. And every day you invoke, you're going to get one of these coins too. So 2 coins buys an elixir, and as you can see, I have 449 coins here, so I could buy 224 elixirs. Any of these elixirs I want. And so that's over 2 stacks. And when you go to Sunlord, if you go to consumable and type in Lord, a stack is 145,000, and I can get over 2 stacks. So that's over three. I'm sorry, yeah, that's over 300,000 AD that I get, and multiply that times 60 tunes. Now you only get 1 coin a day per character, so every 2 days you can buy an elixir, and the elixirs are 1,400 each. Every 2 days you get 1,400, so that's 700 AD a day per character. Just in elixirs. And there's elixirs that sell more than this. There's elixirs that sell less than this one as well. That's not including the 105 gold we get while we invoke. And that's not including the celestial coppers that drop coalescent motes, coalescent war preservation wards, and rank 5, 4, and 3 enchanting stones. Invoking is such a powerful way to make AD in this game. Uh, which brings us to our next topic we're going to talk about, and that's events. So right now, every day, you can talk to this guy right here, Raw Voluo, and he gives us a quest that gives us a Saha ball. And if you a Saha ball costs in the Zen market events, they're normally 100 AD or 100 Zen each, but they're on sale for 80 right now. So I get 60 of these a day for free. That's 4,800 Zen times 21 days. I'm getting almost 100k, 100,000 Zen worth of items for free. Well, it's not free. It's a freaking 2-hour grind every damn day. But there's a method, there's a reason why I'm doing it. But this Saha ball is big AD that you can make from this. Like huge AD. And the more characters you have, the more stuff you can do with the events. The major events where it's going to help you out having alternate characters are the Gone event, the Winter Festival, the Summer Festival. Uh, shit. Basically every single event where you can get unbound stuff like these the last event, the Lyra's event. Where is it? It's the Lyra Joy Dancer. Yeah, look at these are 63,000 and I mean not I didn't do it this event. The last event I got like 120 of these things. There's I have never sold one yet. Probably should have. But that opportunity passed. But having alternate characters, your alt army makes a fortune for you every day. And don't forget, they make gold for you. Well, let's make that the next topic, number 10. Having an alt army gives you workshops. And right now, in my uh, professions, most of my artisans right now are making petals, which is just free AD, and the rest are making myrrh. But once I'm done with myrrh and this event's over, all I'm going to be doing is making gold. And you have 400 morale. That's the number in the bottom right hand corner. And I've used 10 of it from summoning my workbench without having to travel. You can collect from your workbench without traveling to your workshop if you spend 5 morale. You get 400 morale a day. And you can, if you're just starting out, you can make a bunch of leather visors and that cost like 2 copper each and sell them for like 26 copper each. I don't know the amount, but you make a lot of free gold. And gold, you can sell your gold in the auction house. You just have to find a vendor. I don't think any of these vendors I summon can do it. No, none of these summers. Nope. You have to go find a vendor. There's a couple. There's one in PE, but you can buy gold bars. Gold bars cost 1 gold, and you can sell a gold bar for 1 gold. So you can sell them in the auction house to other players because a lot of people don't want to farm gold. And gold bars are, as you can see, a stack of 999 is just under 200,000 each. So you're getting 200 AD per gold bar. And you're making a lot of gold. I make about 25 to 2800 gold a day passively. Less than 20 minutes. I've done multiple videos on it. I mean, that's 500,000 worth of gold every single day while I invoke. It's too good of a deal. I'm just not doing gold right now because I'm trying to level up all my workshops. That's another project I'm doing. Let's go to the next topic. The next method for making AD we're going to talk about is actually farming dungeons for specific loot. There's a huge roadblock to this, though. The content that drops the best gear that sells for the most AD is extremely difficult. You know, Master Temple of Spider is still challenging for, I would guess, the majority of the player base. And this new dungeon is very very troublesome for a lot of players, as you can see in your Alliance or Zone chat when people are looking for people to help them at the second boss or the third boss. And currently, the current newest dungeon is the Demon Web Pits, and I'm in here. I'm going to show you why this stuff's so hard. Right? I'm a DPS. I'm a high item level, like 80, 70, 88k. I'm dead. Everything in here just kills you the second it touches you. I'll do it again. I'll run from her. All right. Oh, I dodged it. Oh, not quite dodged it. Must not crit me. Oh, my companion. Look, I'm gonna hit her all this time. Dead. Right. I'll do a tunnel vision on her, or whatever the new mount's called. Watch this. It will do nothing. You see her health bar didn't even move, and I just hit her for. Um. Oh man. Rapid strike. Oh, that's from my damage log. It hit me for. Oh, unavoidable damage. What? Well, anyways, I'm digressing, getting off on the point. While you're coming in here, is there's stuff in here that sells for a lot of AD. So the one that there's three chase, well, there's actually more than three chase items. There's the Merilith Mask. Oh, wrong. The Merilith Mask, I think it's called. Yeah, Merilith Mask. 1.3 million. Unbound. And you can get it from either any of the three bosses, I believe, and the end chest. Well, at least I know the neck and belt drop. I don't know if the artifact itself drops, but and then the neck and belt. Look at these things are selling for 400k. Unbound, they drop, and they're selling. They sell. I usually list them like 20k less than the next one, and they sell within minutes. And then they're also dropping. This is the master version, and the master version also drops. Oh, let's go to expires. Yeah, we'll see. They dropped the Merilith Hair, the Abyssal Crystal, and the Fallen God's Ore. In this Fallen God's Ore, you can get three of them in one run. You could get one on each of the three bosses and basically make almost a million AD. Chances are you won't. You'll get like two Merilith, and then you won't get any drops. But you usually get one. You have a good chance of getting at least one of these per run. This this dungeon is just shitting AD. And then there's also the advanced version, which is much easier, and it drops these Garistro hides. Each of the three bosses can drop this, and this is 55k. And also drops these Merilith hair, which really aren't selling for a whole lot. But farming content that has stuff people want. This current dungeon does. Now, there's actually stuff that's even harder than that. If you go to Zemnid's Reliquary. There's something there that's worth a damn fortune right now, and it's called the Wand of Domination. Wand of Domination. And look at, we're gonna go to buyout. 6 million, 6 million AD each. Yeah, I know. I have one listed. I listed it 2 days ago. These sell. People want these. So if you want this stuff, or you can go to the other notable. There's two other notable places. There's Tiamat, which drops the Arcane Globe. Arcane Globe, 2.2 million. And then there's the Demogorgon's Reach that drops from Demo. Demo is probably the easiest of all four of these contents. Look at that, 600k for a 1200 item level artifact. Shit, what's the equipment selling for? Watch it skyrocketed. I don't know why. 800k. Okay, there you go. Well, maybe these are good for other classes. The HR, I'm very partial to the new set, the new Mastercraft set. So you can farm content in this game and make AD, but the problem is the content that drops stuff that players want is extremely hard to get into. You're not going to be able to public queue for it. You're going to have to either join a group that's hosting or put together your own team. And it's very hard to put together a successful team. Okay, next topic. Okay, this next method, we are in Sharandar right now. Oh, I think I just came up to the end. This is an heroic, and all the heroics in Sharandar. Oh, there we go. That was so easy. So what you do is when you do these heroics, this was a minor heroic. We got 10 shattered diamond shards. The major will give you 25. So we're going to go to consumables and type in shattered. Shattered. So in that like 8 seconds, 10 of them are 3,800 AD. That's at the lowest price, and these sell. These are best in slot consumables. They're not used frequently because it's expensive as hell to go through these. They go away every time you die. But there is a demand for these, and they sell quite quickly. And you just saw we got 10 doing one minor heroic. So if you do 4 majors, you'll get 100 of them. And people like to buy them in stacks of 100 because you need 100 of them to get the companion gear and the diamond blessing consumable. So the heroics in Sharandar are actually a decent farm. Another way to make AD in Neverwinter is to be patient. And I know it's hard, especially if you're still building your character and you need AD now. I'm going to give you one of the more recent examples. During the Jubilee event, we could farm a legendary companion called the Elminster Samacarum. It's an account-wide legendary companion. Right now, they're down to 220k. Uh, we don't know how long these are going to be down for 220k. We don't know how many are in circulation. But the thing is that however are many in circulation will run out. And these have a very good chance of going up. The reason being is account wide legendary companions are very expensive. The cheapest one currently in the auction house is 750,000 AD. And this one is currently down 220,000 AD, which means a relatively new player who just hit level 20 who saves a rough AD for 2 days can get a legendary account wide companion for 2 days worth of rough AD. That's a pretty good deal because their bolster goes up and they have a decent companion to help them out. Now, this may never go up. It is a gamble. But there's a very good chance, if you've been playing this game, you know what I'm talking about, that this companion will go up unless they introduce more legendary account companions that make this one obsolete. But this one's a pretty good deal. It's just too bad its equip bonus is kind of. It doesn't seem very good. It's better than some things, but it could be better. So playing the waiting game. During the Lyra event, I'm going to give you the opposite end of the spectrum. We had the Joy Dancer, and I know people farming it hope it goes up, but it will never go up. It, well, I guess it's okay because it has outgoing healing, but its other stat is incoming healing. And most builds aren't trying to build both outgoing and incoming healing. It does have a chance though. Its enhancement power is pretty good where it can increase your outgoing healing. So there's some use to it, but there's other companions that do it. And it's an augment, which is currently not the flavor of the month or year in Neverwinter. But there's always a chance they could change this companion or do something to make augments more sought after. And if they do, the Joy Dancer could go up. But this was not something I would ever look at and go, that's going to go up in the future. It could in years or a major game overhaul, but this has really no chance of going up. Uh, but the Elminster does because it has value to any new player or any player in the game, being a legendary account-wide companion. So playing the waiting game, buying low, and selling high. The next method we're going to talk about is looking at the calendar and planning your playing time around events. So if we look at the current events, yeah, we got the ongoing summer festival. If you don't know how to make AD off this event yet, please send me a note. This event is such a huge AD maker. I covered it in depth last year. This year, they've nursed some things, but they've improved other things. This is still a monster event. You just got to put the time into it. And what's good about it is you can farm this event nonstop. You can stay inside the summer festival just farming petals all day if you really wanted to. It gets old real quick though. But for example, we have the Astral Lockbox coming. And the Astral Lockbox typically has a huge impact on Neverwinter's economy. For example, billions and billions of AD will leave Neverwinter. They will be consumed in the Wondrous Bazaar. And not only that, stuff that's obtained in the Astral lockboxes will be listed in the auction house and bought. And the 10% listing fees will remove or delete Astral diamonds from Neverwinter, which means Astral diamonds go up in value. And what that means is the backlog typically will go down. So right now, wrong. There is a backlog of 25.6 million AD or Zen. Multiply that by 750, and that's how much AD is waiting to buy Zen. There's a lot, but it goes down generally pretty noticeably during the Astral Lockbox, if it's a good one. And this one's not bad at all. There is a 4-slot mount in there. There's some very rare sought after mounts and companions in there. This might be a decent one, and people may be wanting it. But because there's a shortage of AD generally in the auction house, people will start listing stuff at a lower price because they want AD, and they know if they list it higher, they probably won't sell because they want AD right now. And we've already seen the effects. Let's see if there's any preservation wards in the auction house. Um, I was seeing stacks of preservation wards for under 500k, which is pretty absurd because that's like um, uh, preservate. That's almost the exchange rate value minus the auction house fees. Look at 500k for a stack of Prez wards. Oh my god. So these cost 1,000 Zen if you want 100 of them. And so that's 7,000 or 750,000 AD worth. If you get with the 20% off sale, that's 800. So you're 560,000. So they're selling these at a loss because after auction house fees, they're only going to get 450k. So chances are they're selling these for a loss, and a lot of other people are because they want AD. It is becoming extremely difficult to buy stuff off the Zen market and sell it for a profit on PlayStation. I know on PC you still can. Xbox, oh god. Hopefully somebody on Xbox does a video about it. But if you didn't know, their backlog's gone. And what a lot of players in Neverwinter have never seen is what happens when a backlog leaves. When the backlog leaves, backlog is gone. Oh god, I keep picking the wrong one. They're not paying 750 AD for Zen. They're paying 650 AD for Zen. And 2 days from now, that number could drop even further. It could be 550 AD for one Zen. There is crazy times ahead in Xbox. And who knows? It could happen on PlayStation. If it will happen on PlayStation probably before it ever happens on PC, if it ever happens on PC or PlayStation. But if it ever does on PlayStation or PC, it'll probably be PlayStation first. But with all this AD flying, people are selling low. So you can look in the auction house for deals. And not only deals, if you need a preservation wards, you can buy a stack for 500k. I haven't seen a stack of Pres wards in the auction house for 500k in years. And everybody knows how much I hawk the auction house. I'm not buying it. Even at 500k, I'm not buying it because I have so much stuff I want to sell, but I'm just, eh, people are buying. I'm just too lazy to sell right now. But back to the point. Go to the consumables. Let's see what's in this Astral lockbox. Astral lockbox. So you're going to see gas spores in the auction house, dirt cheap. You're going to see mist forms, dirt cheap. Twosome butterfly wings are going to start off really high. They're going to drop towards the end of the event. The Kingfisher's intern is probably going to start out high. I don't know if it's going to stay high because it really doesn't have a lot of value, but some people may just want it. Even people who are completionists and when it's not in collections, they still may want it. The Book Imp is a pretty good companion. You're going to see Genie's gifts because they're unbound. So watch the auction house to see when people list the stuff they... Because what happens is people open the Astral lock boxes, still everything inside, so that they get AD to buy more Astral lock boxes. Because some of them aren't after anything in there except the trade bars. Because these give a lot of trade bars. So they just want to keep opening more and more Astral lock boxes. So they sell stuff cheap, and maybe you'll get lucky where you find stuff where they sell accidentally too low, where it's a no-brainer that you buy it. The pseudo dragon, it's lost some of its oomph because the pseudo dragon used to be. It still is a really good summon striker companion. A lot of people just aren't using it as much, but it's still for an account wide. You can't go wrong. The gold dragon wings, people are probably going to want a lot of. The Nightfire Dragonelle is pretty much, it's been dead on arrival since it came. Some people just like how it looks for as the skin. But as people are opening these by the hundreds, they will be listing stuff dirt cheap. So when you watch the event and see what kind of how you can take advantage of the event. Let's see what else is going on the calendar. Uh, Two-time guild marks. I covered that earlier in the video. Two-time shards of power. You're gonna see. I'm gonna show you this. You go to the calendar. Stronghold. Stronghold. And these stronghold chests of power, they drop 100. They drop a total of 400 shards, but during the event they drop double, so you get 800 shards. So these typically go up during the event. So you can either, if you want to take a chance, you could buy some now and gamble that they go up, or you could buy some from the Zen Market because they're on everything's in 20% off sale right now. Buy them from the Zen Market and try to sell them for a profit during the two-time event. Uh, so we just pay attention to the calendar and look how you can make 80 off of that. Remember I was talking about rank 5 enchanting stones and the Vanguard scripts? In 2 weeks, there's a two-time currency. So instead of getting 6 Vanguard scripts, you'll get 12 for every one of the skirmishes that you do. Uh, Two-time glory. Dead on arrival. The Hell Pit is really not an AD making it. The only one that's an AD making appointment event is the Siege of Neverwinter. God, I'm so glad it's not that. That thing is just a time killer. Dungeon Delver's Delight. If you wanna save your reroll tokens, you wanna save them for this event because when you run the 2-minute Master of the Hunt, you have better chance of getting more stuff that has more value. So watch the calendar and plan around it accordingly. This next method is obtained in the North Dark Reaches. So if you go to North Dark, you can find North Dark Reaches. And if you look around, there are these heroic encounters. And these heroic encounters drop a very valuable artifact. I don't know about every other platform, but on PlayStation, the lowest price Assassin's Dice, these drop unbound from the encounters, are selling for 244,000 AD is the lowest price one. These are great because they're 1200 item level artifacts with only offensive stats. So a lot of people want these. Plus, it's used. A lot of 10-man groups use this as one of the debuff artifacts. So just the cheapest legendary is 1.1 mil. The mythics are gone. So you could. This is the problem is I don't know what the drop rates are, but I did like 50 of them one time, and I didn't get a single dice. But there's other unbound loot that drops from there as well. But you could get lucky and get it on your first one. You can also make AD another way in your stronghold. Uh, our alliance, the Cobra Alliance, we do stronghold flight, the Dragon flights every single day at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific, my time. And you come over here and you give them 2,500 guild marks, and you'll summon 4 dragons. And when you beat them, you have a chance of getting a number of things. The big ticket item is the Draconic Essence artifact, which the lowest one in the auction house currently is 458,000. But he also dropped some rings, pants, and shirts. Did they say last? Oh, okay. Rings. Let's go to collections, and we're gonna do in Stronghold. Oh my gosh! If I can't find it quick, you just have to take my word for it. But there's a lot of unbound stuff that drops, and they're not. They're in a different collection place, not in the Stronghold. So there's shirts and pants. Oh, these rings right here. they're all unbound. So if we do Dragonflight, let's go type in Dragonflight. Uh, equipment, Dragon Flight. So here's the pants. They're not selling for much. There is a shirt that sells for a lot, I think, though. It gives 5,000 power, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 5,000 power. Actually, that's a really good deal for 25k. Man, I might have 20k. Shit, I might get one of those. So the lowest ring in there is 32,000, but there's ones that are much more expensive. As you can start seeing, they start getting up to the hundreds of thousands. Tip for tat. Actually, most of the rings aren't even listed in here. There's 10 of them, I believe. When I Before I got the MTOS rings, I was using the accuracy ring from here. So really good. I forget what it's called though. I think it's yeah, 5% accuracy. I was using that ring when I was on my Master Temple the Spider build actually. So there's these rings are good. The only place to get these rings and that artifact is by doing Dragonflight. You need a lot of people though. Those dragons are no joke. I guess you could try to just kill one dragon, so you could do it with 5 or 6 people. But we usually try to kill. We almost always successfully kill 4 dragons. First couple weeks this came out, we were doing like 10, 20 of these in a row. Jeez. Uh, but yeah, Dragonflights. The last 80 topic we're gonna discuss is the Narbondolan Explorer charts. Yeah, some people are really upset about this. If you want to get access to these Explorer charts, you have to unlock all the Fae and all the Cholt recipes, which cost you about 14 million. I already know one player who made it back. He spent all 14 million and made it back in 2 days. But he lives and breathes, and he can farm hundreds of these in a row without going to sleep. That's not everybody. But if you can unlock these are massive profits right now. Master crafting is expensive. Master crafting is a gamble too, because you can fail. You got to hope somebody buys your stuff before somebody sells something lower. The one guaranteed way to make profit though is farming explorer charts. You cannot go wrong with these. But you have to make a big investment if you want to do this. And with all the people asking, who knows if they're going to change it? Can you imagine spending the 14 million to unlock these? And then the next week they say, okay, they're open to everybody. Oh my gosh. So, but these explorer charts, God, these mushroom logs, mushroom, mushroom log. You can get, if you're lucky, 36 of these with one explorer chart. Look at how much the Oh, look, you could sell it potentially for 180k for one explorer chart. There's so many ways to make AD in this game, guys. If you got any questions or comments about making AD or any tips for anybody else, please comment below. Stay class, Neverwinter. See you soon.